Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Tuesday, May 1st, and this is the market overview looking at the Dow, SPX, VIX, TNA, UUP, FXE, GLD, SLV, XY, XLF, GE, Apple, Starbucks, and whatever else happens to come our way. Alright. So today it was fun, it was interesting, it was all over the place, it was a big move. Can't ask for more than that. And for the most part, the bulls just had it in the bag at its height, reaching a very nice distance above the recent very important high, and pretty darn strong. And retreating by the end of the day, giving back a really good amount, and closing below the recent high, so it became a pierced high. Important? Could be. Of course, it was more important that the recent high was broken, but very, very strange that it couldn't close above it. That's what it really needed. And so could there be a slight pullback at this moment because it didn't do that? Yes, it's entirely possible. And anyways, we'll get into that some more here in a moment. Closing below the upper price consensus level for the previous month, and of course it's way outside of the brand new month, which starts today, so above all of the price consensus levels. Overall, not bad. All the short-term moving averages still pointing up. Middle Bollinger Band still below everything. Getting closer, but still below everything. 14-day RSI moving average ticking on up. And we noticed that for the first time in last night's video. And wouldn't you know it, today, boom, big. So 14-day RSI, very cool. Stochastics are very high. They're hanging out high. They could loop over here and go down to meet the 14-day RSI moving average. That's completely normal. If it does happen to do that and the 14 days continues on its way up, then the down move will be muted. But yeah, we could have some down movement essentially starting tomorrow. We have the CCI ticking up, and it's making a lower, could make a lower peak here, have a very, very slight divergence. You could look back to here with this CCI and say, well, now we've made a new recent high, and we'd have a negative divergence there. RSI flattening out. And now you could also say that you have a negative divergence in the RSI, since you now have a newer high. And the MACD histogram ticking on up, MACD itself ticking on up. Overall, definitely more bullish than bearish, but just got to be aware of the potential. Euroland was closed today, so no bad news out of them, and they'll be yakking again starting tomorrow. Looking at the 60-minute time frame, just to take a look and see what we have. 14-day RSI moving average rolling over in the 60-minute time frame. That's not good for the bulls. Stochastics are rolling over. Excuse me. Not good for bulls. CCI down, RSI down, histogram sloping over. Looking for a bearish cross on the MACD histogram. Yes, the 60-minute time frame looks bad for the bulls. And we have negative divergences in the 60-minute time frame. CCI, yes. Stochastics, ooh, kind of a tough sell, but very slight, yes. MACD histogram, definitely yes. Definitely yes. So, some problems, and this will probably be resolved before too long, I would imagine. But yeah, these could continue for a while. Heck, they can get broken. So, anyways, something to be aware of. SPX. Look how different this is than the Dow. It didn't go up to challenge the previous high. Barely closed above the major price consensus level for the previous month. It is above the major price consensus levels for the new month. So, I mean, that is bullish, but these levels are still around and still important. They're not that far in the past. 14-day RSI moving average going sideways, not ticking up yet. Stochastics appearing to be rolling over, and going down to meet the 14-day would be totally fine. CCI ticking up, RSI ticking sideways, histogram ticking up, MACD ticking up. More bullish than bearish, but definitely more reservation about this than the Dow. Ending with an inverse hammer. Right here at the potential top of the range, it is a fat body. And bumping up against the upper Bollinger Band at one point. Okay, and so there's the SPX. Going on to the VIX. Also very interesting. We ended with a fat body hammer. It is below the new price consensus levels, bearish, but it did close above the upper price consensus level from the previous month. So pretty mixed, possible reversal candle. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down, not good. I've been worried about that for a while. Stochastics trying to turn over, and if they're able to run up to the top, then we'd probably get a lower high. That'd be completely natural, normal, and not a bad thing at this moment. CCI ticking down, RSI ticking sideways, histogram ticking down. Actually, histogram going sideways, MACD ticking down. Not bad. Overall, a little more bearish than bullish, but still not overwhelmingly bearish. "60-minute time frame. We'll see if this can expect a bounce. Well, 14-day RSI moving average ticking on up, stochastics looping around, CCI up, RSI up, histogram starting to turn over, MACD going sideways, and we have this previous floor from the 27th and 26th, and it's trying to get away from there first. So yeah, much more positive in the 60-minute time frame. Very cool. Comp Q, the NASDAQ. This one was weaker yesterday than the Dow and SPX, and weaker again today. Ending with a little gravestone doji. I don't see a bottom unless it's obscured. 14-day RSI moving average still ticking down. Stochastics trying to loop around. CCI up, RSI down, histogram up, MACD up very slightly, and not a clear bullish crossover. So very, very weak in comparison. Closing underneath the new upper price consensus level, resting on the major price consensus level, and bumping its head on the previous month's major price consensus level. Ooh, a little squeeze there. So much, much worse. And if this were to fall apart, ooh, that'd be really bad. Is this one any different in the 60-minute time frame? Well, 14-day RSI moving average ticking down, stochastics racing to the bottom, CCI down, RSI down, histogram bearish cross, MACD heading down. Yeah, this one is much worse. Because it would have the potential to easily break this previous floor. And what is there down here to catch it? There's a gap fill, and that's about it. So, yeah. TNA. TNA should lead since it's the Russell. And look at that. It looks like the stinking NASDAQ. It has no body, but not attractive. 14-day RSI moving average, finally a tick up. First day of it. Stochastics turning around, CCI down, RSI down, histogram sideways. MACD slightly up. Does this one look like the NASDAQ in the 60? No, it looks worse. We're already at the previous floor, about to break it. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down, stochastics down, CCI down, RSI down, histogram bearish cross, and MACD histogram ticking down. Yes, ugly. Has this floor here in the low 58s. Has something else that maybe could catch it just below 58. And beyond that, there's the gap fill. I think that would be entirely natural, but we'll see. I mean, that'll take it all the way down to just above 55. Ugly drop. XOI oil. This one was really interesting. Talking about this one in the daily running thread. A lot of the strength today can be attributed to XOI. And closing way above the upper Bollinger Band. Taking a little bit off the top, but still, this is a possible warning sign. It should move either down or to the side to get back inside tomorrow. But at least we have a big green candle above the 200-day moving average. Finally, we've been looking for that for 3 nights. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up, of course. CCI, the stochastics very high. Doesn't really appear to be trying to roll over. CCI up and very high. RSI getting to the overbought at the 70. Up on the MACD histogram, up on the MACD. Not bad looking, except for its positioning. So this is, I would say, over the next few days, something good in the bullish cap, but still, warning sign for tonight. About Apple. Interesting how this one is being so darn weak at the moment. We have a little gravestone doji closing just below the previous low. Not a good thing. Middle Bollinger Band right in the middle. Can't tell anything from that. Closing below the major price consensus level for the month. Above the lower price consensus level for the new month. Right in the middle. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down. Stochastics rolling over. CCI up. RSI down. Histogram down. MACD down. Looks like more damage to the bar is in store. And yeah, that's okay. As long as it doesn't take out the previous floor, I think it'll be alright. But anyways, just surprising how weak this is. Moving on to something else. GE. Oh, look at that. Very similar candle to the Dow. It's not even close to testing the previous highs. It did kiss the upper Bollinger Band today, so it has a middle Bollinger Band below it. And it is above all of the price consensus levels for the new month. But nothing like the Dow. 14-day RSI moving average going sideways, not up. Stochastics still climbing, going high. CCI up, RSI sideways, MACD histogram up, MACD itself up. Why not? 60-minute time frame. See if we can get a better read on the Dow, even though it's similar but different. 14-day RSI moving average getting a down tick, stochastics rolling over, CCI down, RSI sideways, MACD sideways, MACD histogram sloping down. To me, it looks like a bar retest would be in order, at least. So somewhere around the 19.6, maybe 19.65, and as long as it doesn't take out the previous lows here, just above 19.4. If it does, then just shy of 19 should be the next stop. So I guess we'll see tomorrow. It'll be very euro dependent. UUP, the dollar. Bulls want this going down, or bulls want this going up. Bears want it going down. It was up today, and very unusual that the market was this strong with the dollar acting the way that it did. Big fat body spinning top, bullish engulfing, good for the bears. Or, yep, good for the bears. Yeah. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up. Doesn't really matter since it's just this big flat line. Stochastics attempting to roll over from lows. CCI up, RSI slightly up, MACD histogram slightly up, MACD ticking down. Very, very mixed. But if we do get a little bit of a move up, that is not good for the bulls, and that does appear likely. FXE, the euro. The bulls want this going up. The bears want it going down, and it was down today with the with Euroland closed. Still above the upper price consensus level, resting just above the major price consensus level from the previous month. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down. Very interesting. Stochastics rolling over high. CCI ticking down. RSI ticking down. MACD histogram going sideways and MACD up. Very, very mixed. And yeah, could this roll over? Entirely possible. We're going to have to wait and see what happens when Euroland opens. GLD. Getting right. Well, actually, it went through the middle part of the big green candle from yesterday. Not a great sign, but it didn't close at it or below it, so kind of mixed. 14-day RSI moving average going sideways. Stochastics mixed, but pointing up for the most part. CCI up, RSI down, histogram sideways, MACD up. I don't really care for this at this moment. It's too mixed. There's not a great sign that it's going to go up here and break a previous top. So I don't particularly care for it at this moment. Boy, that's kind of a reoccurring theme with the precious metals, huh? SLV. Yep, ugly day, fat body spinning top. 14-day RSI moving average going sideways. Stochastics up, CCI up, RSI up, histogram up, MACD barely up. Not impressive at all. And XLF, the financials. Look at that. They're not even close to their previous highs either, unlike the Dow. Closing above the upper price consensus level for the new month. That is bullish. Getting above the upper Bollinger Band for a little bit of the day. That is bullish. 14-day RSI moving average still ticking down. Stochastics hanging out. Not really a strong indication of a rollover at this moment, but high. CCI at overbought high. RSI down. Histogram up. MACD up. Pretty mixed picture. Essentially, it's just right above the bar, and if it wants to sit on the bar and slowly collapse it, it's totally fine. 60-minute time frame. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down. Stochastics rolling over. CCI down. RSI down. Histogram rolling over. I'm sorry, MACD rolling over. Histogram sloping down. Not too attractive. We do have bearish negative divergence going back essentially this entire way. Bearish divergence in the CCI. Bearish divergence in the RSI. So, not overly attractive, much more ambiguous in the daily time frame, but the 60-minute, all kinds of problems all over the place. What else can I look at? About JP Morgan. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. This one should be really strong since it's... Oh. It's not. Still resting on the bar. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down. Stochastics mix. CCI up. RSI down. Histogram up. MACD sideways. Not an impressive looking chart. Not looking anything like the Dow. Is the 60-minute any different? than everything else. Yeah, 14-day RSI moving average ticking up, stochastics rolling over, going down, CCI down, RSI down, histogram sloping down, MACD pointing down, and other bearish divergences. CCI, yes. RSI, yes. Histogram, no. It's not as bad, but definitely should have looked different than this. Oh, we didn't look at Amazon. Yeah, Amazon, cool. Look at this thing. Look at that excessive separation. Spinning top, finally back inside the upper Bollinger Band. 14-day RSI moving average looping around. Yeah, after that it should. CCI coming off of its massively high, crazy reading. Stochastic still very high. RSI ticking down. Histogram still ticking up. MACD still ticking up. What about it on a beast like this? What does the 60-minute look like? Well, 14-day RSI moving average looping over. Stochastics heading down. CCI heading down. RSI heading down. Histogram very much sloping down. MACD with a bearish cross. Ooh. I don't know that it can fill in this whole gap, but it'll be really interesting to see it try. And we don't have any negative divergences. These are just off the scale. So be very interesting to see what happens with this over the next few days, if the new Wall Street darling falls apart or not. Oh, we didn't take a look at Starbucks either. Yeah, not impressive. We actually sold this in the daily running thread for a profit. We had picked up some calls back here or here, I'm not sure which it was. 14-day RSI moving average ticking down, stochastics racing to the bottom, CCI up, RSI down, histogram down, MACD down. Unattractive in the daily time period. I was hoping that it would get more of a bounce and get back to 59 or 60. That did not happen. 60-minute time frame, looking for any indications that that may happen. 14-day RSI moving average ticking up, stochastics racing to the bottom, CCI down, RSI up, histogram sloping down, MACD going sideways but in positive area. This one will be pretty interesting. It got right to the gap fill area and fell apart. So resistance definitely in the gap area. And how about one more fun one? FAS. This one should be really strong like the Dow. And it peaked above last month's major price consensus level. 14-day going sideways, stochastics rolling over, CCI up, RSI down, histogram up, MACD up. Pretty darn mixed, and not even close to where it should be on the Dow. 60-minute time frame. This one is essentially a souped up XLF, but I'll take a look at it anyway. 60-minute time frame, 14-day RSI moving average ticking down, stochastics racing down. Ooh, RSI down, CCI down, histogram sloping down, MACD going for a bearish cross. It's not pretty. Negative divergence, CCI, yes. Stochastics, no. RSI, yes. Yes. And MACD histogram, absolutely. So, lots of trouble. 60-minute time frame, and we're going to see tomorrow if Euroland news and 60-minute chart has an impact. I think it's very, very possible that it will. And that's it for this evening. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you very much.